Take a move in the ring. You can hit me with the words you fling.
Khabib sent a very, very impassioned message on Instagram to his Dagestan followers, urging them to stay home during Eid, the Islamic holiday, because it sounds like Dagestan is in a real bad situation. Do you see Khabib actually getting out of there anytime soon? September isn't that far away.
I don't think so, man. I mean, the guy's dealing with some pretty heavy stuff right now. I think it would be wrong to rush him. Yeah, I don't think we're going to see him back anytime soon, personally.
John?
Yeah. I don't think it's going to happen. Khabib, he's a big family man, and when you're a family man, that comes first. And his father is very sick, and I'm pretty sure there's other people close to him that could possibly be sick too. We just haven't heard about it, and he's going to probably stay there and try to protect his family as best as he can. And it's not about fighting for him. So if the UFC does decide to do anything, I'm pretty sure they're going to move on, and Khabib's not going to return anytime soon.
That opens the door.
That's good for Justin Gaethje
to fight Conor McGregor, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, that's right. It's better for Justin Gaethje, to be honest with you.
More money.
More money. Definitely more money. A lot more money.
I mean, Khabib's a big draw as well, but McGregor is the biggest draw.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. McGregor is the biggest draw, and with Khabib, if he's out of the picture, then McGregor has no other option except for to fight Justin Gaethje. I mean, he does have some fights at 170, but if he wants to fight at lightweight, you got to fight for something. And Gaethje's holding the interim title, so why not go for that? It's not like McGregor hasn't fought for an interim title before, right? So, I'm pretty sure he's all up for that fight. But I think that's a dangerous fight for him. But it's not. But it's a winnable fight. The odds are better going into that fight against Justin Gaethje than it would be to rematch Khabib. I think a rematch with Khabib is going to be a disaster for McGregor.
Yeah, Tom, you've got to think that Conor has a better chance against Gaethje standing up than Tony did. I mean, Eddie Alvarez said before the Ferguson Gaethje fight that he think Conor could knock out Gaethje. Obviously, that was before Gaethje put on that tremendous performance in Jacksonville. But yeah, how would you see it going?
It's a tough one. I mean, Gaethje's a beast right now. He seems like he's really hitting his stride. He's kind of tightened up some of the areas of his game where he was perhaps not so good. He's a lot more defensively sound now. But I mean, Conor's a sharpshooter. If you make any mistakes, Conor's going to hit you, and he's the kind of guy that can really make you pay when he hits you. The same can be said for Gaethje though too. Conor makes mistakes standing up sometimes too. Khabib dropped him. If Gaethje hits him with a shot like that, then we could absolutely see Conor going down too. So that's a great matchup, man. And if it happens, I think there's a major upside for the UFC as well. Imagine Conor wins that fight and then he's the interim champion right around the time Khabib's perhaps ready to come back. I mean, that's a huge fight.
What do you guys think?
Go ahead,
do you
John.
think that Gaethje or McGregor has the best chin at 155 from their previous performances? Watching those,
Gaethje or McGregor?
Yeah,
I would say that's a tough one because Gaethje has been knocked out and McGregor hasn't been knocked out at 155. But I think Gaethje's taken a lot more punishment and survived a lot more punishment than McGregor has. That's a tough one. I'm not sure. Nick?
Yeah, I think that's the big question going into that fight. I don't feel like it's the power that they both hold. It's whose chin is going to hold up because they're going to get into a firefight. And man, Gaethje has been knocked down, and rocked a lot more than McGregor in the lightweight division. And just his run in the UFC, if you watched it, he's been rocked by who? Michael Johnson, Tony Ferguson just of late. That was very close. A lot of people say, what if that happened in the beginning of the round? What would have happened in that round? That could have been a totally different fight right there. Gaethje might have went back to his old ways, and then Ferguson could have took over that fight. Who knows? But I'm just saying hypotheticals. But yeah, with the chin, that's the one that I'm looking at most. It's like, man, who has the better chin? And it looks like McGregor might have a better chin at 155.
Gaethje has been rocked in almost every one of his UFC fights, barring the James Vick fight and the Cowboy fight, which were obviously very quick. I mean, yeah, like you said, Michael Johnson rocked him. Dustin Poirier and Eddie Alvarez both finished him. I mean, the precedent is there. If he gets hit enough, he can go down. And McGregor's the kind of guy that could certainly hit him hard and hit him often.
Yeah, I think it just depends. How disciplined is Gaethje going to be? If he does make a mistake like he did against Ferguson right at the end of the second round, Conor will capitalize. And I think Conor will be better placed to capitalize on any mistake. It looked like, Ferguson looked a little bit lost in that fight. I think Conor would be far more prepared for a stand-up fight. I mean, Eddie Bravo was saying he thinks the time is right for Ferguson against McGregor, and then Gaethje could be on the same card. That would be bonkers, wouldn't it? Do you see that fight being a good one for Conor and Tony? Tom, we'll start with you.
I don't think Conor would accept that fight in a million years right now. Not after Tony was just, really beaten down like that. I mean, he doesn't have a lot of hype behind him right now. I don't think he's the kind of, really credible opponent that Conor's looking for at this point. It's not to take anything away from Tony, who's still a fantastic fighter, and I'm sure he'll be back. But at this stage, I don't think that's the kind of fight Conor's going to be looking for.
Johnny boy, what do you think?
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree. It's like Tony Ferguson has nothing that McGregor wants. McGregor has to want something out of that fight. And if Tony would have won that fight against Gaethje, then he holds the interim title and Khabib's out the picture. Yes, that fight makes sense. But for McGregor, Ferguson has nothing. He just coming off a loss. He's not really a big money fight. For McGregor, fighting Tony's, a money fight all day, every day because it's McGregor. But for, vice versa, it's not going to work out. So I feel like, for McGregor, it's, two options. Either you have a belt or you're a massive pay-per-view draw. If you're not one of those, then he's not even close to being on a list of, fighters that he wants to face.
Mm-hmm. Well said.